based on which the business statement is coming out to provide a guide. If the recommendation is that the minister responsible for health should be programmed to appear before the House and give briefing on a stated thing because of a reason, you could have stated that in a simple language and in 1 minute. You see, that is what the business committee is guiding us, so that we can make maximum use of our time. I believe if everybody can get up and go straight to the point, the time that we spend to adopt a business statement, we will not spend that time. Because the business committee under Order 71 has a right, based on the comment, to come with a supplementary business statement. But our comment, is it resulting into a supplementary statement? The time for adoption of business statement has been reduced into a political platform. Comments unrelated to the business statement, then we want to make those comments. So if you can make suggestion to the business committee through the chairman of the business committee, I believe the chairman will organize a meeting that, based on comment A, B, C, D, let's come out with a supplementary. Yes, Honorable Kwadwo Oppong Nkrumah.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I want to commend the business committee through the chairman for a very detailed statement. In particular, a number of papers that will be laid on various days. Mr. Speaker, I want to recommend that they prepare a supplementary business statement, as you just mentioned, to include some other papers. The reason is, Mr. Speaker, there are papers that concern issues of national interest, issues of economic interest, programs that have been launched by the government. Until date, we have not received a single A4 sheet detailing it, which will make the oversight function of Parliament difficult. And I just want to bring to his attention, the Agric for Economic Transformation Program, or Feed Ghana, was launched on the 14th of April 2025. Program document is not before Parliament. The 1 million coders program, 17th April 2025. Program document is not before Parliament. The National Apprenticeship Program, 30th April. Program document is not before Parliament. The Ejumerua program, 28th April. Program document is not before Parliament. Just about 2 weeks ago, Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy, I think, was launched. The Speaker even admonished that it properly be laid before Parliament for our consideration. And then on the 31st of May, His Excellency the President announced a labor export program, about 2,000 people to be sent abroad for work. Mr. Speaker, it's important that the program documents for all of these economic programs are brought before this House so that oversight can start. So I want to encourage the business committee to consider a supplementary. We have just about 2 or 3 weeks to rise. Consider a supplementary and bring these policy or program documents so that this House can exercise its oversight function. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, this House is ruled by what we call the standing orders of the Parliament of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, Order 123 of our standing orders 2B says that a member shall not impute improper motives or impugn the integrity of a member or any other person. Mr. Speaker, the member, my colleague, mentioned the majority leader, that he is abusing the majority of members. Mr. Speaker, that is imputing improper motives to the majority leader. Majority leader alone is not a member of the business committee. The member must be made to withdraw and apologize to the majority leader right now. We cannot be in a house of the representatives and make statement and go anyhow with that statement. That member must be made to withdraw the statement and apologize to the majority leader. Having said that, Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the business committee for coming out with this next week's business proposal. And we all know that this is a proposal and we need to approve of it for this House to be carried along. My colleague, Honorable Boama, mentioned that motion that has been slated for adoption of report of leadership for the composition of Pan-African ECOWAS Parliament has been lying on the order paper for too long, far too long. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, an adoption of a report of the special committee on the full-scale investigation into the event which occurred at the public hearing at appointment committee has also been lying on the order paper for far too long. We want to find out from the majority leader and the business committee, when will these motions, the three motions, be taken? Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Yes, Minority Chief Whip.
Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity, and I thank the Leader of the House. Speaker, a few observations. I see that Tuesday, in the light of the proposed amendment to the time allotment for the prosecution of business, I realize there is a proposal for 10 questions per day. However, well, to the extent that this is a draft, we could consider an amendment to the draft, because we are proposing 10 questions per day. However, we stand in breach. If you look at Tuesday, I counted the questions proposed for Tuesday, and there are 11 of them. And then Wednesday, there are 14 of them. So if we are going by our own proposal, then we should make the necessary amendment so that they stand at 10. I concede that Friday is, however, 10. Speaker, the attachment of the outstanding referrals is impressive. It's impressive. And we pray that committee chairs will take this matter seriously. But it will not only be a burden on the head of either the business committee or the chair of the business committee. Speaker, I think if we go into our orders, Speaker, may I invite you to order 232. Speaker, with your leave, order 232 H. Order 232, which is on Ways and Means Committee H, and it says, ensure that committees submit reports as required by law. So we don't need to put the pressure on only the majority leader or the business committee. The Ways and Means Committee also have an input. They should have a function. It is chaired by the deputy leader. He should revert his mind to it. I consider I'm a member of the committee, will be happy to help. But the Ways and Means Committee must also exert some leadership in this area. Because, Speaker, if you look at the outstanding referrals, it's something we cannot be boastful of as a House. So let's help the Leader of the House. Let's help the Business Committee. And so a complementary effort between the Ways and Means Committee would help in this regard. The Business Committee is seeking to get clinical time allotment to businesses and how we can dispense of businesses scheduled on the order paper. Speaker, I also want to caution and counsel that we should also be critical on the businesses that are advertised on the order paper. With all respect, we cannot keep advertising businesses that are not ready to be prosecuted. For instance, the particular item on cocoa board being on the order paper for months, and the motion the Honorable spoke to, I'm told there is an engagement by leadership, and yet we kept repeating that particular business on the order paper. Why? How would the public take us? You put businesses that are advertised for 1 month, you never take them, you always repeat them. So we want to get clinical in time allotment. We want to get clinical in how we do business on the floor so that we can close within reasonable time. The table office should liaise with the leader of government business and be in constant relationship so that businesses that are not ready to be taken, you don't repeat them on the order paper. All in the spirit of getting clinical and neat in our businesses. Speaker, I don't take it lightly, but I respect the majority leader. But when he says the Bank of Ghana governor cannot come. Now, the majority leader has signed this document. It's the proposed business statement. He signed it. The Bank of Ghana has been featured. And he says maybe he should have made an amendment to the report. But the Bank of Ghana governor was scheduled to be here 2 weeks ago. He wrote a letter to Parliament and said that he's engaged in an equally important matter and hence cannot come. Then the same question was rescheduled. Then the governor again wrote another letter that we should reschedule. Fine. But Speaker, I'm worried and I intend to ask, is it the case that when the table office goes through the motion of filing a question and the ministers cannot come, the minister can sit in his office, minister, independent constitutional body, can just sit in his office and write that I cannot come and decide not to come. Because the writing of these letters from the ministers to Parliament should be at the discretion of Parliament. Parliament must grant that request. So in other words, I'm saying that when the ministers write the letters seeking the rescheduling of these questions that have been programmed, they should wait on Parliament to grant that request before they decide not to show up. You cannot just write the letter and decide not to come. Within 2 weeks, we have received 16 letters. And the Bank of Ghana, this is the second time he's writing. With the respect to Bank of Ghana, governor, when he writes to Parliament, for one reason or the other, he should wait for Parliament to grant that request. So I oppose that. I oppose the Bank of Ghana just saying that I cannot come. This is the people's representative. And he must respect us. I may sound very emotional, but it is not how we should prosecute public business. And he's there as a public officer. He should respect this house. I hope the majority leader will relate to him. I don't want to call him. I don't want to deal with him. But he must, when the Bank of Ghana's letter comes, he should write officially, and Parliament must consider whether we will grant that request or not. Very important. Well, he can decide not to show up. That's his business. Speaker, I raised this matter at the Business Committee on the matter of the cancellation of the SWAL MPP administration policy on 1D, 1F. And the majority leader's response was that the decision actually came from the finance minister or the finance ministry, and hence we should rather direct our attention to the finance minister. So I'm aware we have passed the Exemption Act. And if it's the case that the policy of 1D, 1F is going to be cancelled and is the decision of the executive, then the finance minister owes this house a duty, because what is within this transition period, there are a number of corporate entities who have signed on to the policy. What are the interim measures? Is it the case that we are disregarding the Exemption Act that has been passed. So I think that I was initially thinking that the Trade Minister and Agribusiness Minister should come and apprise us. But the leader averted my mind to where this concern is actually originating from. And so, to that score, I want to amend my call and say that our own colleague, the Exchequer, the Finance Minister, I know how passionate he is about these matters of exemption, must find his way here. We know he's coming here on 24th, but this matter or exemption must be spoken to in broader context. Speaker, let me conclude on a note of what we are reading on the internet. Our students who are abroad schooling scholarship. We are told the University of Memphis University has given a deadline of 9th of August as a date to sack Ghanaian students. It is not a palatable